Well, hey, Heather, how are you?
Good.
Good. Well, I am so excited that you're sharing your story with us today. And for all of you watching, I've had the privilege of knowing Heather for a couple years now, actually. My dad started a church in Florida, and Heather and her husband, Brian, were always so involved. And literally, I always remember wherever I was volunteering, whenever I saw them, I was like, hey, and they did the same thing. And Heather has always been just a tremendous friend, a tremendous inspiration. And I'm excited for everybody to hear your story today. So thank you for joining me.
You're welcome.
And to kick it off, who is Heather?
Well, I'm super fun, I think.
You are.
I think I am. I'm almost 32, which is kind of old to me. I don't imagine, I don't feel 32. I don't act 32, and then I hang out with younger people and I'm like, yeah, I'm 32.
No.
I've been married for the past 6 years to the most amazing guy in the whole entire world. He's not even home, and I'm saying that. I've been extremely blessed with him in my life, and just the past couple of months have just shown me how amazing he can be. His name is Brian. I live in St. Augustine, Florida, which, for anybody that doesn't know where St. Augustine, Florida is, it's on the coast. So I am 5 to 10 minutes, depending on the lights, away from the beach.
Oh, jealous.
Yeah. It is also the oldest European settlement in the continental United States. So there's just a tiny bit of history here. I have 2 dogs who I love and adore. They're around here somewhere, probably underneath me. And that's pretty much it. Oh, I work for AAA, which I love. So
that's awesome. I love it. And you are super fun, I promise.
So super fun.
I am never bored or have a dull moment around you. So.
Never.
Well, it's fun how, when I lived in Florida, we interacted a ton, and especially when both of us lived in Ocala. And you have since moved. I've moved to Las Vegas, and a couple weeks ago, I get a Facebook message from Heather, and we reconnect. And I was just like, "Wow, this is so cool." And you're sharing your journey with me. And one thing that you had said really struck me and resonated with me. And you had said, in this painful situation that you have been journeying through, it clicked and dawned on you that who you're becoming in the process makes it so worth it. That's huge. Would you mind just walking us through what journey you've been walking on?
Well, 5 years ago, my husband and I decided it's time to expand. We're great as a duo, but let's go to a trio or a quad. Let's have kids. So out went the birth control pills, out went all of that, and we went on the baby making train, as most married couples do. Usually most married couples, it takes a couple of months. Unfortunately for me, it did not take a couple of months. So I started going to just a regular OBGYN who threw a bunch of pills at me. And looking back on it now, I'm like, I was an idiot that I went to that person for so long. I wasn't getting pregnant. Nothing was happening. So I went to another doctor who ran blood work, something that my previous OBGYN never did. And he said, I've got to refer you to Gainesville. So off I went to Shands, UF Shands, for their women's reproductive endocrinologist program. I was diagnosed with Polycystic Ovarian syndrome. And what that means is I don't ovulate without assistance. I also have a whole bunch of other hormonal issues and all sorts of other, layman's terms, just crazy stuff goes on in my body. I went there for a while. I went through a couple of surgeries, unfortunately. And then while all that was happening in that life, in my personal life, Brian was promoted. So here we go from living in Ocala, where we have a huge family support system, because that's where all his family is, to now we're moving to St. Augustine, Florida. And God was so in on that move. And I'm like, there's a reason we're going to St. Augustine. So what is it, God? He helped us get a job. He helped us find some place to live. He just kind of it was just so amazing. So I'm like, we're going to have our baby then. Well, of course, when you tell God we're going to do something, it's not going to happen. So he's got other plans. So I started going to another doctor who was referred to me by UF, and everything was going great. I did a couple of cycles and nothing was happening. I kept getting negative pregnancy tests. And anybody that's ever taken a pregnancy test and wants to be pregnant, that is the worst thing they can see, is that one little line saying you're not pregnant. And now they have them where they tell you you're not pregnant, which is even, I think, is like the worst thing you can ever say to somebody. So I just kept going to them. I went in, I had another surgery, which found another fertility issue. So I was really blessed. I got 2 in 1, I guess. And then that cleared up, and then we just kept going on this cycle train, and I stopped and I said, you know what? This is crazy. I need to take a break. So I took a 6-month break, and then I started up again. In the meantime, I was told I had to lose weight. So I was put on this crazy high-fat, low-carb, no-sugar diet, which telling a girl that she can't have ice cream anymore or chocolate is like killing her from the inside. It's rough. It's hard. It's hardcore. But because of that, I'm better. I don't eat refined sugar and all of that. So that was good. But it was a struggle. It was a true struggle. Then I felt like I wasn't getting anywhere with the doctor that I was seeing. I was just going in and we were just talking. And I'm like, this is great, but let's hop back on this train. What's going on? So a friend of mine referred me to her doctor, and I started going there, and we were boom, 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 fertility drug, ultrasound, fertility drug. We have a good cycle. We go on vacation. We were relaxed, whereas before we'd been super stressed out about this. We were super relaxed, and we said, this is going to be it. This is it. This is where our little miracle is going to happen. It was at Disney World. That's the most magical place in the world. So it's going to happen here. And we came back home, and I started to get the symptoms. I started to get, I was dizzy. I was queasy. Things hurt, all of those symptoms. Well, all those symptoms are also the symptoms of a menstrual cycle. So I took the pregnancy test after the 2-week wait, which is the worst wait in the whole entire world. And it came back negative. My cycle started. And then we started on another cycle, and nothing was happening. I didn't have any follicles that were big enough. So my doctor brought us in for a consultation, said, we can do injectable drugs. They're $100 a shot, and you need 12 of them. And I said, well, I'd rather pay my mortgage. So we said, okay, well, let's stop for a second. Let's see some other stuff. And then he looked at my blood test results, and my AMH level, it measures the level of eggs in your body, was a 0.07. For someone in my condition at my age, it should be a 5. For someone just at my age, it should be a 2.3 or a high 2, low 3. So he said, let's retest just in case this was a mix-up or something like that. So he retested. He also tested a couple of hormones to see if I was going through premenopause or menopause. I went back in this past Monday, and my AMH level had dropped from a 0.07 to a 0.05. So he pretty much gave me the worst news anybody can hear in their whole entire life is you are not going to be able to have children without assistance of a donor egg or a donor embryo. And when I looked at him and he was saying that, I was like, are you joking? Is this for real? Is this real life? Am I dreaming at this point? And it was so hard, because then I was going to go out with the girls that night and go to the movies. It was girls' night, and I just go, no, I can't even, I have to go to work. I have to go back to work after this doctor's appointment. How does one function after being said that? So I came home, and me and Brian talked about it. And we said, we're just going to stop. We're not going to do any more drugs. We're not going to do any more hormones. We're not going to do a donor egg. We're not going to do a donor embryo. That's, we're not going to spend all of that money. And there's no guarantee. There's no guarantee. And of course, there's no guarantee in life, but I don't want to spend $10,000 and it not work out. So we decided to adopt. So now we're just on the journey of, because there's so many different kinds of adoption, what kind of adoption is God picked up for us?
Yeah.
So that's where we're at.
Wow. Thanks for sharing your journey. And the thing that really even stands out is this happened in real time. This was Monday, literally a couple days ago, from when we're filming this right now. And you're living this. That's why this next question, I'm excited to hear what you have to say, because you are living it. It's not just a cute little question we thought up, but if you were sitting across from another woman, she's on her own journey, she's becoming who God made her to be, and she's on a tough path too. How would you encourage her?
Well, if she's something my mom told me when I first started the whole infertility journey was, God made you to be a mom. You were meant to be a mom. You've got too much love, too much care, too much heart to not be a mother. So that's going to happen for you. God just hasn't found the perfect one yet. And I said that to a friend of mine who was going through kind of the same thing, but they were on the adoption side of it already. And 2 days later, her baby was born.
Wow.
So, and 2 days after that, she was holding her. So God just hasn't found the perfect one for us yet. But when he does, he's going to let us know.
Yes.
Hopefully. And then we're going to go get him or her or them or, whatever.
Absolutely.
So just to me, my grandfather always said, faith, hope, and love is the most important thing in the world. And the greatest one is love. But to me, the greatest one is hope. Like there's always going to be there's always going to be a tomorrow. There's always going to be something else to do, some other place to go, some other, street to go down, or some other path, or there's always something else. So if what's happening to you right now isn't what you want, it's okay, because you've got to have hope and you've got to say, you know what, this is fine. I'm going to go do something else. This is where God's taking me. So
that's huge. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for you risked when you Facebook messaged me to step out and share your story without having all the answers.
No.
And a lot of people would wait until they had a pretty bow wrapped around it and they were on the other side and they already had the adopted baby or whatever the case may be. And you were like, nope, I'm sharing my voice. And there's tremendous value in that because it's exactly like you said in that message, who you are becoming through this process is gold. And you are so strong. And I adore you. So thank you so much for sharing your journey, for sharing your wisdom and encouragement. I know that many women are going to be encouraged. So thank you.
That's good. At least if I help one, then I think that's a good thing.
Absolutely. So. Well, I know you'll definitely be helping more than one. So thank you, Heather. And for all of you, make sure to follow Heather on social media. Stay connected with her journey. I'm excited. We all get to cheer you on now through this adoption journey. It'll be so fun to celebrate with you when you have your baby. I'm so excited to celebrate. So thank you.
Thanks.